Hello, hello. I am wearing my new self-made hat. I made many of those. And my husband says, take that hat off before you make a video because it makes you look like a Muslim. So, right there, this in itself is already a subject for a video. So, now we cannot wear hats like these that are silly and cute because they could be misinterpreted as Muslim hats. I do question this very strongly, and I make my own decisions. So here you go. I got my self-made hat, and I'm gonna wear it. And if the police stops us and says, "Are you a Muslim? You need to go to prison," then I will say, "No, I am a religiophobe. I cannot possibly be a Muslim. This is my hat. I made it myself. It is my Saint Nicolaus hat. My name is Nicola, named after Saint Nicolaus, the altruistic reindeer herder in Finland. And the same guy who dressed up in red later on during Christmas. Same guy as Santa. So Santa just means someone who is whole, wholesome, holy. So the Saint Nicolaus. So yeah, this is coming up, by the way. I don't even know, do we already have? I don't even know what date it is. I have to look it up. Saint Nicolaus Day is December 6th, and in Germany we celebrate that. And my parents are very, very touching with these kind of things. Always giving, and always giving us candy in front of the door when we get up, when we wake up to go to school early in the morning. It's completely pitch dark outside. And there is candy glittering in the beautiful night lights, and lots of chocolate and lots of stuff and amazing stuff and perfume and skin creams and amazing things. So always grateful for that. It's really, really, it's a special time of the year in late fall. For me, always has been. I always associated it with orange and yellow leaves and with a very good temperature, and the flies are gone and all those pesky things, and the horses are getting a breather, and the horses, they just love to go out on a ride with other horses and people and do some grazing and some leaves eating on the sides. And so that's always cool. So I want to get to the main subject of my video, which is there are a couple of words that I observed on the internet that are completely outdated, old school, and obsolete. And I just want to point that out to other people so that they know that they are obsolete, and I will also explain why. First of all, the word ma'am. Ma'am, like a meh, like meh. Ma'am, like a sheep, like it comes originally from the word madam. Madam, which is related to the word dame, which means, or great dame, not great Dane, but great dame, like the dame, the dame, the the noblesse lady of the house. Okay, the lady of the house, is always associated with aristocracy, and so that's where this word comes from. It's been adopted onto the entire society. Everyone wants to be a dame, and it's also an English sort of like a certification of nobility, or like a Nobel Peace Prize sort of thing. And then it became more and more madam, ma'am, and then it is just a ma'am in the end, a mammal. Okay. And if someone would call me mammal Nikki, I would go, yes, right on. I'm a mammal. I'm an animal. It's cool. I like that. I can go for that. But ma'am, it has now taken on a different turn in society. Ma'am that means like, I have nothing to do with you. You are a stranger to me, a complete mystery, a threat, actually, to my ego, and that's why I'm calling you ma'am. Just so you know. I'm a prison guard, and you are a stranger to me, whoever you are, environmentalist lady. I will also call you sir if I get really angry, and I will call you dyke, and I will call you feminist, and then when I get really mad, I will call you man, M-A-N. Because you look like a man. Because, you know why? Because you don't look like Kim Kardashian. You don't shave your eyebrows, and you don't do fuss with your hair. You don't spend 10 hours in front of the mirror with your hair. You don't bleach your hair. You don't straighten it with a straight iron. You have some silly, weird hair standing off to the side. You need to flatten that, like every decent woman in Hollywood, like every decent Republican lady who has to obey her husband. She needs to flatten her hair. And if you don't do this, I will call you man. So just so you know. Okay, so these are the things I'm dealing with on a regular basis on the internet, and they will also refer to me as he, to be extra mean, to play some psychoterror games, But then the next day, coming on to me like there's no tomorrow, like, oh, I already forgot what I said before, It's like, do I need to remind you? You called me a he, yes? To you, I am not even... I'm like a different species. That's why you wouldn't recognize me as a woman. And all of a sudden you are coming onto me. So does this mean that you knew all along that I'm a woman, but you played this mean game because you were hurt? Then he will say, I have to stand up for my own rights too. I say, and then he says, can't you take criticism? And I go like, well, calling someone names is not criticism, it's bullying. Okay? It's clear and simple. I mean, that should go without saying. Why do I need to explain this? So the way you stand up for yourself is by kicking out, by lashing out, by calling people names, by doing things, by acting in a way where you know that will hurt the other person. And I'm not the only woman who experiences this. There are millions of women who experience this out there. And I've seen women who are much more girly than I am, dressed up in all of this, and younger, and even they have been treated like this. So I see it very clearly now. I should not be taking offense to this anymore, because I see this is their tactic. It's and also very famous tactic in the live tweets, like, if they feel offended by someone, they just play the man card on the woman, or the woman card on the man, They call a woman, man, a woman, tranny, dyke, fag. Those are the favorite names. I can't stress this often enough, okay? We all know this. We've all seen it. No one wants to talk about it, but then people become suicidal call, then they call Christian suicidal hotlines, and they will explain this, and the woman on the other end will snicker about this. And in her head she will go, haha, she deserves that. Right on. Yeah. So because she too will take offense to that liberal, I'm not even a liberal, but they think I am. So because I'm anything that is not 100% cookie cutter extreme right wing is labeled as liberal or commie. So and so it's like it's psychoterror in massive amounts from the side of the Christian community against anyone who does not exactly think like they do. Anyone who thinks out of the box, anyone who dresses out of the box, anyone who's individualistic, artistic, creative, who is herself or himself, is basically a threat to their ego, so they have to use that what they know hurts them the most. Okay, that's what hurts themselves the most. So that's what they will use on others. Okay, you know that saying, "Don't do unto others what you don't want to have done unto yourself." Yeah. Why don't you look at that old statement? Because it is very valid. So that's what I have to say to those folks. And then but the Muslim men, at least the Muslim men, they don't play this. They don't play that Republican game. They obviously they really dig light-skinned women, and that's cool. I appreciate that. I dig you too, as long as you don't chop anyone's head off or expect women to wear a burqa. Anyway, but they will do the ma'am thing, or they will tell me to dress decently when I already have a big t-shirt on a jeans jacket on top. It's like, what else do I need to put on top of it? Like this here? Oh, yeah. No. That was a light green burqa. I haven't seen that yet. But anyway, I mean, or dress up like a KKK where you just see my eyes. Look, like I'm playing a ghost. All of this is complete, unbelievable bullshit. Whoever these people are, whatever extreme group or extreme stand, extreme siding with this side, that side, right, left, extreme, it's always extreme Confederate flag, KKK, Aryan Nation, or the other extreme, the Black Panther, Black Lives Matter, only Black Lives Matter, no one else. Total bullshit. And neither one is liberal, neither one is free. Liberal really means free. It comes from the word liber, which means book, So yeah, liberals, they have read more. So I'm not a liberal because I don't hold the other cheek. I'm not this, we need to give in to anyone who abuses us because of some kind of collective white guilt. That is such extreme bullshit too, I'm calling out on bullshit. I don't like bullshit of any sort. I don't even like these shows called Bullshit by Penn and Teller because I'm criticizing Penn and Teller too. They are libertarians. That is bullshit. Hello, Penn and Teller. Bullshit. Okay, you got it? Libertarianism is bullshit. Okay? It's right-wing extremism. It's like everyone do what they want to do, yeah, rape planet Earth or dump your toxic waste in wetlands. No one will look for it. It's up to every individual. The problem is that we're all going to suffer from it, yeah, and all the animals too. No. So, sorry, it's bullshit. You got it? It's absolute total bullshit. Total governmental control. Yeah, it goes backwards as well. We've seen it many times. So it has to be a commonsensical, democratic as we can possibly manage as human beings, okay, who are not democratic by nature. Their brains haven't evolved that way yet. So it will take another 1,000,000 years probably. We're in some kind of intermediate catastrophical state right now of evolutionary development, and that can do everything in a very short time. That's why I make these videos, to at least do something, say something, contribute my 3 cents to this, get some common sense into people. Don't take everything I say as written in concrete. I'm not a god either who writes with his finger into concrete, or puts his hand into a star of fame, Hollywood fame concrete. I don't do that either, okay? Be yourself, think commonsensical, which is not common, rational sense, think love, caring, okay? Always question everything and ask the question, is this a caring solution? If it's not, discard it and move on and find a caring solution. It's so simple and straightforward. I don't know why this seems to be so utterly difficult for people to do, okay? So there's a bunch of words out there that I criticize, and I am very interested in language development, and from a psychological point of view, I evaluate all of this all the time, every day. And I decided not to use the F word anymore. It's very difficult. I have to admit, one gets a little bit addicted to it. But because it's kind of like a release of energy. It kind of, like, F the world, I have put the wall around me, the armor around me. So, yeah, that isn't really going anywhere either. That's an act out. It's just, it's a release act out. It's a form of violence. It doesn't bring us anywhere. So, if we want to communicate with each other, we need to call out on each other's bullshit. That's very important. Without the F word, and without hurting someone, without deliberately using verbal knives, but in a form of true communication, like real honesty and real and meaning well while we do it. This is so important, but I don't see people do it very much. So I try my very best to do it and give my best to go in that direction. It's not easy for me, okay? I have struggled with this a lot, but I really want to go in that direction, and I am inviting you all to go into that direction also. So use the right words, okay? The right wordings is very important, not to use bad terminology, to always use words that, when you ask the question, will this lead us to a better world? And you can say, yes, definitely. Then use that, okay? Use only loving and kind language. Take care. Peace out.